more exciting team to watch, I won't lie. They're really fun to watch. I love that hyper-aggressive play style. They really take the fight. Of course, everyone's favorite, Mortal comes on the screen, and they're going to be the crowd really cheering for the man. And I like his kaiju suit.
You've got to do it. You've got to do it. It's really cool, actually. I really like the pairing with Godzilla that they were able to go for. So, you know, it's nice to see that they're repping those deals anyway.
Yeah, I mean, King Ghidorah, Mothra, Godzilla, good times indeed. But for right now...
What's your favorite kaiju?
Godzilla, obviously.
Godzilla?
Oh, no, actually, no. You know what? Mechagodzilla.
Okay, all right.
I remember watching, obviously, it was way before my time as well, but you had all the old Japanese ones, and they used to have the reruns on TV, and I used to love Mechagodzilla. That is so badass.
The Megazord, don't even at me. It's the best kaiju.
Look, it's all about personal opinion here, but personal opinion aside, I'm just going to ask you a very quick question. Who do you think, I mean, we still have this map, of course, 2 more maps remaining, but who do you think is going to have a better chance of making it? Is it going to be explosiveness of Team Seoul, or do you think Team IND's sheer consistency is what's going to give them the win?
I think that what we've seen certainly today is Team IND have that consistency, right? Team Seoul, they haven't been putting up as bigger numbers as they did yesterday. They haven't had that impact that they did. They're relying a lot on their fragging power, and to be fair to them, they did very well. They have put up some decent scores, but it's just not on the same level. And what we're seeing Team IND do time and time again is consistent and push themselves further up. I mean, they were able to get that chicken dinner. They were able to do well. That's the first drop coming out. It's an Orm. It's on the northeast coast, right off the corner. No one really too near, and so no one really going to be looking to go for it, unfortunately. I know you guys want to see Ronak claiming that one, but they're very far away. I don't think it's very likely.
Doesn't really need it, man. Just like give him a pistol with a scope on it. I think it's good enough with that.
Slap a 15x on a G18.
Yeah, absolutely. Just spray and pray.
Absolutely.
We do have Team Insidious. They have been one team I was really looking forward to see perform really well in the finals. And to be honest, I think they've been alongside Hydra, one of the bigger disappointments for me.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think that we were expecting more from them. We're expecting them to be in that top 5, in those top 5 fighting positions, but it's just not happening at the moment. And learn from past. They're giving them some bullets as well, just sending them their way.
And it's just so unfortunate, again, we just take their name and they're getting shot at by LFP Encore. However, hasn't spotted out. And Mazik, is that an
M249?
That's an
M24. I always put the 9 on the end accidentally. It's not a machine gun or a light machine gun. It is in fact a sniper.
They're duking it out. They're duking it out. Early fights, and I like to see it. Oracle's been tagged down. He's at 50 HP, and Magic not really looking to continue that fight, and I do believe that's the smart play coming out from the map.
Yeah, and he's actually done a decent chunk of damage to Encore's armor as well. You cannot forget that. I've been hammering it home time and time again. If you take early fights, you lose meds, you lose armor. That's a huge resource that you're looking at not having towards the end of the game, because if you lose your armor, you're going to be stuck with some damage level 1 that you pick off of a body, or something else that really isn't that favorable, and then you lose so much pressure. 8-bit though, they're dueling across the way with the Megastars.
Love to see it. Megastars, man, like looking at them yesterday, it kind of felt like they'd mentally given up, so to speak, the way they were playing it. They were just going for individual fights, not really having much cohesion in the way they were approaching the map and whatnot. But today, they seem to have woken up the right side of the bed.
Absolutely. They're putting their best foot forwards. They were able to do very, very well into that final circle and get a huge number of kills in the previous game on Vikendi.
Final boss especially.
Final boss especially. See what else he can do, because of course they did just lose a player to 8-bit, so they're now playing with 3 as well. Rotations don't need to come in just yet. Of course, the circle not going to be closing on just yet. The size of Sanhok, meaning that first circle not going to have an impact. We're going to be waiting quite a while for these rotations to start to come on through. So any aggression, any movement is really at the team's own volition.
An interesting fact here is Team Seoul, they like doing this. They don't really go hyper aggressive, except they like holding on to the middle area and depending, of course, on the circle. And that, of course, allows them to minimize the rotation that they have to do, depending on where the circle lands, of course. So right now, everyone's in their usual spots. No one's really looking to make a play here, which is a little surprising if you ask me here, John, because I was expecting some of the lower place teams to try and go for a little bit more, how shall we say, YOLO plays.
Well, with Darku doing so well over in the first game, I feel like they're looking to try and ladder up in terms of that prize pool, because at the moment, everybody in that 9 to 16 spot is actually viable to try and jump up. That's going to net you $2,000 extra if you're able to jump up from $2,000 to $4,000. So all all of these teams, they still want to put their best foot forward. They want to do as well as they can. So instead of going for these scupper plays, they're just trying to put their best foot forwards. And the first circle, or the second circle, the first one to impact, is going to go for the
first
shift.
circle.
We'll call it the first circle,
Yeah.
but it is going to shift up north.
And that's going to make life a little... It's not going to be that bad. It's going to be a little miserable for Daku and Godlike. The thing is, they might actually face each other before they make their way there. And even if they do, look at where Orb is. They are playing the edge of the circle. So there's going to be some conflict coming in. We do have a second drop here. We have a nice little AUG lying out in the open for someone who would be looking to pick it up. And Team RIP or even Evil. I think Evil have a good chance of picking that one up.
Yeah, it's in their rotation path moving forwards. They're going to be looking to hop those compounds, and it is just there near the crossroads that they'll be looking to rotate through. Pain, of course, they want to get a little bit more central, so going out of your way for a supply drop, not necessarily the best idea, especially if you haven't scouted the location earlier, because you do not know who's going to be there.
Absolutely, as we do see everyone slowly moving up north. And that being said, we do see Indian Tigers. This time around, they're not playing that far away from the edge of the circle. They're actually looking to, I think, just hold on to one of these compounds and just, like, lay there for the rest of the game. They have... What do you think has gone wrong with Indian Tigers? It's not just about nerves, right? The way they're playing the first 4 games, I do believe, I think it was you who mentioned earlier how in an interview they mentioned how they were playing much more confidently and the confidence kind of dropped off, the nerves got to them yesterday. How do you change that up now? I mean, you were one of the teams in the leading, and right now, to be very honest, it's going to be very hard for them to get that first or second position, but at least fighting for the third place position. What do they have to change up in the way they're approaching the game?
Well, I mean, how do you counter nerves, right? That's the age-old question. It's the money question.
I slapped myself.
Yeah?
I just slapped myself.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you not get someone to do that for you?
No.
Do you not know a guy?
No. I don't know a guy.
You
I
don't
mean,
know
I
a
do
guy.
know a guy, but if he slaps me, it's gonna... Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to get hospitalized,
Fair enough.
but
Yeah,
I just slap myself, just pump myself up. I'm like, listen, man, like, you can do it. You got to do it. And here we go. Gunfights coming out. Pain are going to get the drop onto Entity Gaming. And that's not looking good here. We do have a player who has been down, I do believe. We have White from Entity returning back some fire, but he's taking a bit of damage as well.
Remember, Entity, one of those teams vying for those top spots for the third place position. If they go down in 16th, that's going to be disastrous for their performance. But luckily, it's only a knock onto Magazine. They will be able to pick themselves up from this one if they are able to take down the fight. But Pain, they're not giving up.
Yeah, Pain, they pretty much have not much to lose here, so they are going to be aggressing and making life miserable. Look, if you're not going to get a good position, at least have some fun. Make things a little rough for the rest of the teams. Don't make it so easy for the rest of the teams to get that top 3 spot. And you can see this duel. I don't think by the end of this duel, I think one of these teams are going to be wiped out. I think they're going to be committing to this.
Evil Big Fellas, they're rotating around the east side. They're going to be moving up more towards Camp Bravo. Daku as well, moving up north, and Godlike have moved on a little bit further to the west, more towards Ruins, where Team IND were holding out, who have moved north from Painan. Orb holding down Painan now, and they're also one of the teams that we're going to be looking for. Indian Tigers, they're still just chilling in Tapmok. They're very central. They're going to be pretty happy with that.
In the meantime, White did A and B spot him out at the edge of a scope, running away from the smoke. He spots out Existence.
Got to tuck back in. There we go. Good discipline. If you stay out too long, you will just get peeked and you will get shot down, especially with Entity breathing down your neck.
Is he trying to play distraction? No, he's not. I really thought he was just trying to pin them down while the rest of his teams rotated all around. Oh, look at the circle. The circle's going to be coming up real quickly here, ladies and gentlemen, but it is going to be ending towards the northeastern side, where Tigers, they cleared it out. I think they landed towards near Mong Nai, but now they might be heading up back. In fact, they don't have to budge. They're in a very good spot here, but A and B tapping away. Calm taps White, just dodging the bullets. How is he even alive?
Well, he managed to get there somehow. He dodges the bullets around. But this next circle shift, you can see that's actually going to do very well for the rotation that was made by the Evil Big Fellas. They moved up that eastern flank. They're going to be pretty happy with this one. They need to move through Camp Bravo, try and move up towards Mong Nai. You can see that the Indian Tigers as well, they're moving over to some compounds a little bit deeper because they know that that western throw, that southwestern side of this new circle will be heavily occupied. That is going to be the area that everyone's contesting for. But it could be a Paradise Resort circle, and if we know anything about those, it's that they are absolutely thrilling to watch.
Those circles are mental. The thing is, I don't think anyone's really landed or gone into Paradise Resort yet. Question is, which team's going to go there first? The Tigers are there, LFB on the east-hand side. We have Insidious right below it, and Seoul are definitely making their way towards there as well. But in the meantime, however, Daku, they're in a rough spot here because they have found Orb while rotating towards the circle.
Orb as well, one of the teams we're looking at to try and place. 131 points currently, 6 points behind Indian Tigers on the leaderboards. So every kill counts here, and if they can wipe Daku, they might just be able to get it. You can see Neo, he's pushing forwards. He's trying to zone out this rock, and Lancer trying to give him the slip, but I think Gatac might just be able to look his way. No, he's bleeding out.
This is the funniest game of hide and seek I've seen. And Neo pushing in. Yeah.
He's had enough. He's done. He's going to be able to claim the kill. They're going to rotate away. The next circle is going to push them, so they do need to try and get their foot in the door for that positioning, because that is going to be super important for them to be able to claim something like that.
Indeed, and they've just left Daku, Team Daku in the blue, and I do believe that could be all she said for that particular team. Team Orb, they will take a little bit of damage from the blue, but I think they should be okay. But what's going to be unfortunate for them is the second they get into the circle, Pain are ready and waiting at the edge of it.
Yeah, this is actually a pretty damaging circle here. It will really shred through your meds, so this is going to be very difficult for Daku, as you say. Not really normally going to be playing on vehicles here in Sanhok, so
Indeed.
It's going to be unlikely that they have those on board. They'll have to try and move around, but at the moment, Paradise Resort, just the northwest compound of it being occupied by Seoul, and seeing what they can get done there. For now, they have a decent set of the compound. Of course, the Indian Tigers a little bit further up north will be pretty happy, but the rotations will start to come through.
Indeed it will, and for Insidious, they're in a pretty good spot this time around. Happily amongst the rocks. It's a lot of cover as well. In the way Smokey is positioned, he can see a lot of... Are they the edge of Paradise Resort? I do believe they are.
Yeah, there's two teams at the moment posturing around Paradise Resort. Insidious, a team that we want to see a little bit more from, and of course Seoul, one of those top spot contenders. RIP official, they are rotating on that southeastern side of the circle. Actually, it was interesting that the Evil Big Fellas were able to overtake them on that rotation and see what they could get done. Orb as well, contesting for that area. 8-Bit, they take a knock, and actually Matt goes down as well. Orb taking some damage.
Orb. Orb. Oh my lord, they're getting just
Orb?
wiped out to the blue zone. What?
And 8-Bit as well, they're going down to the blue zone. No one's making these rotations.
What is even going on? I thought Orb were in a pretty good spot. I thought they could have healed up, made the run for it. Instead, oh my, another one. Ted's out now. What is going on? It's a massacre. Everyone is getting knocked out one by one. Orb are pretty much out of it.
Only Gatac is left. But now Seoul, they're coming under fire. It's Team IND to try and push onto them.
Oh, this is a battle. This is a battle for the first place.
And this is very important, because if one of these teams goes down this early, it's disastrous for their competition.
Absolutely. No!
They have the great toss. Seoul! He's down!
Kratos has been made into oblivion. He is somehow still very much alive, though. Trying to stay alive, avoiding the fire from Seoul. He's waiting for his teammates to come in. As a playzone has taken down Daku as well. Gubber's down for the count. This is just a bloodbath.
Very early on, this is what we like to see from Sanhok. The next zone has popped as well. It's going to be moving even closer to Paradise Resort. It's looking all the more inevitable that we're going to have a bloodbath of a final circle. And what a way to do it. Seoul still clashing with IND. The question is, do they want to continue this fight? IND can disengage.
They can disengage. If I was Seoul, I'm going in for the kill here. But then Ronak gets taken down from Evil Big Fellas. But Ornberg gets straight in as well. Right from behind him. How did he not even hear him? I have no idea. Anime references. Okay, on point. On point. That was actually a very good imitation.
There we go. Nani?
Nando. Anyway, the thing is, with Seoul bullets doing a bit of damage, Trans is far away. If he gets taken down, there's no one to res him. And Ronak, he feels that blood loss coming in. And if I'm Seoul, I want to wipe out Team IND right now, get those kill points, and then just go on in. There we go. Ronak, perfection from him, gets the first kill onto Team IND.
Trance just has this sliver of cover. The Molotov not quite able to zone him away from this rock for now. He's got the QBZ, not quite as strong as the M4 in this situation. A little bit limited range on that, but it can still do the damage when it's necessary. Trying to play up close and personal, has some nades and only one teammate to play with, so we'll see what they're able to get done. In the meantime, though, the rest of the teams are still just crunching down on each other.
IND need a miracle. In the meantime, LFP are in a bit of a pickle here. Ronak is tossing the nade to his Trance. The battle of the Kobe. Saved by the rock.
Interesting to talk about. Insidious, they have position in Paradise Resort, right slap bang in the center of the circle. They should be pretty happy with that one.
They should be really be happy. The problem in Insidious is they've never been able to take advantage of these great, really good positions. And Trance, he's out in the open. The blue is coming in. And Ronak is making life miserable for him. He's not able to make his way inside. In the meantime, ETG, speaking of NTT Gaming, they're getting a couple of kills as well.
They're picking them up. They're trying to get it done, and that's the fragging power we wanted to see from them. That it hasn't been quite there just yet. They're taking on Pain. They've got another one as well.
Oh, my lord. The luck. The sheer luck for Trance. I said they needed a miracle. That is a miracle indeed. But the circle, if you look at the circle next, it's way up north. And for Trance, he's got to make a move at some time. But for him, it's a guessing game. Are they still watching him or not?
Pain Retribution were eliminated there. They were coming up against, of course, Entity Gaming. They've now got 3 kills on the board. A very good start for them on Sandhawk, where they would... Well, I said that they might be at a disadvantage. Their fragging power not quite as strong as the other 2 teams they're in contention with.
As Trance, I think he's going to be the sacrificial lamb for his team. Just stick around, keep Soul's attention on him, somehow manage to avoid all these grenades while the rest of his team somehow manage to sneak up.
I would say that this is actually a failing of Soul to hit those nades. They really need to have those on point. You can see where it's going to land. They know exactly where he is, and they haven't been able to hit one. In the meantime, though, Entity Gaming, they're pushing up on Insidious.
You take Insidious's name, and you're like, yeah, they're in a good spot here, and then it just gets screwed over.
The next circle has popped. It's north of Paradise Resort, just a little bit south of Tapmok. The Indian Tigers have not had to move this entire game.
Well, sometimes Lady Luck does smile down upon you, and that is the case here for the Indian Tigers. As Soul, they're going to have to rotate now. They have left Trance, who is still in the blue, and I think he's going to get taken out by the blue. That's going to be doing a lot of damage at the moment. However, the fact that it's delayed him for so much longer, has been playing distraction, allows his last surviving teammate, that's Daljeet, to make his way to safety. However, he's going to be facing off against a full squad of Team RIP.
And not only them, but further on, you've got Orb, you've got Insidious, you've got Entity Gaming, and Learn From Past, all ahead of you when you're trying to make that rotation. It is an absolute gauntlet. Trance, though, he might be able to roll on in. If he's got those heals on, he might just be able to make it, but the circle's late. I don't think he's going to be able to get there just in time.
He's
but
not
for now,
moving. He's not even moving, at least on the minimap from what I can see.
Oh, hang on a minute. Godlike. They're taking a fight. They're taking it with Soul. That was quite a long distance. They're actually shooting over the heads of the Megastars.
Trance is still alive. He's still alive. Trance has made it. If you look at the minimap, he's made his way out of the blue. And somehow, defying everything, he's still in the game.
That's 8-bit eliminated as well just there. It was Ash to go down finally for their team. So they go out in 14th place.
14th place, not exactly what 8-bit would have been looking for. They were one team who we kind of... They haven't been a true disappointment, to be very honest, at the same time.
I want to see this fight with Orb and RIP Official, because at the moment it's the battle for the northern side of Paradise Resort. Soul, they've managed to extricate themselves from that location, but Insidious are chiming in as well over in Paradise Resort.
Hydra, meanwhile, prone down. Things are going to get a little tricky here, a little iffy here. And then we have Soul now, tossing in nades. Look at Trance. He's right, I do believe he's right next to, is that Final Boss from Megastars?
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
Indeed it is.
Just the other side of the rock. Although Leo has the Overwatch, if Trance goes for this push...
How are they next to each other? Haven't spotted each other out.
They
What
do
is
know
going
each
on?
other's there. They're going to know each other's there, but no one wants to go for the peak. It's just so dangerous. Soul holding one line and Megastars holding the other.
Daljeet, he gets a kill on a Paritosh. So that's frags, that's points on the table for them. For Soul, though, they're in a pretty good spot here. They just need to inch a little bit into the circle and they'll be fine. For Indian Tigers, they still haven't had to fight. In the meanwhile, if you look at the top northeast corner of the circle, it's an absolute bloodbath going to take place.
Daljeet is still in it, of course, just south of Orb and pretty much in the danger zone over in Paradise Resort. The Indian Tigers, they have to move. They actually have to move.
Mavi smacked
Has anyone
in the
told
center.
them how to use the controls to move? Because they haven't had to do it yet. They might be a little bit rusty.
Mavi, on the other hand, Trance. Is he in the blue? Yeah, he's still good. He's still good. He's still good. Oh, he finds Final Boss. He dropped him. Gonna go for the kill. Yes, he does indeed.
But that gives the game away to Soul.
They
They're going to
know
know
where he
he's
is.
down the hill.
And the thing is, even from Megastars, there's another player still very much alive. However, that's Leo, and it's far, far away. It's actually the edge of the blue. And Daljeet playing the edge. I don't think RIP know where he is. Legend's making a lot of noise.
They might know where he is. They might already have figured it out and seeing what they can get done. Leo actually making the push now for the Megastars. He's the last remaining player for them, and Trance might be able to spot him out. This is a man on a mission, a snake in the grass.
Trance definitely has a guardian angel looking out for him. This guy has been immortal. I don't know how he survived so far. Daljeet, on the other hand, he's playing the edge. He's edging it, as Abish likes to say, as he will somehow. The fact is, IND, the two players taking left, they're so isolated from each other, they can't help each other out. But at least it increases the chances of having a later, a good position in the leaderboard. As Evil just raining in bullets on the Joker. How is he even alive? Like, he
He's getting
barely
bleeding now.
see it. He's down, though. He's down for the count. Oh, that's just rough indeed as Daljeet. He's been spotted out. He's
taking
all
fight with
alone.
Orb.
But he's got a kill. He's actually got a knockdown. What's he going to do? Tossing in the nade? Will it work in time?
This is the last 2 players for Orb. If they go down here, that might just be the end of it. Over the top, he's trying to arc it, trying to bounce it back, but it's not going to happen.
Oh,
Katak
no.
is going to get rezzed, but Daljeet goes in for the fight. He's dropped down. They'll have spotted that. He's going to go for the push. Goes for the pre-fire. Gets 1. Oh, gets 2! It's Daljeet for Team IND.
What an absolute baller. The
But it comes
1v2.
Insidious. Oh, Daljeet. Oh, no. You're going to be able to fight it out. Burns thinks better of it. Doesn't want to take the fight just yet. He stays alive for now.
What a baller. What an absolute baller. 1v2 just pushes in, catches them on the res. They were not expecting that play coming out from Mr. Daljeet. And INS Insidious, 2 players left alive. They know where Daljeet is, but Snacks, he's dropped Ronak.
There we go. He's going to be able to get 1. Evil Big Fellas as well, contesting here. Insidious, they have 3 players left alive, left standing, but in comes Zone 6, and everyone's going to get pushed together now.
I haven't even seen Indian Tigers do anything so far, by the way. They're just somehow alive, untouched, unscathed.
And just to highlight, Orb, they went down. They're going to lose out a lot in this fight for that 3rd spot.
The play zone takes down Godlike. And I forgot which play it was, but in the meantime, IND, they get another drop as well. However, finally, I do believe Daljeet has been dropped there.
Yeah, so that's going to leave Trance, I believe, alive. Last player standing for his squad. Seeing what he can get done. Oh, no, wait. Is he out? I think Trance might have gone down earlier. Team IND are eliminated.
Indeed, that is unfortunate for them. They did, however, manage to stay alive much longer than what I expected. Team Soul somehow have all 4 players alive still. And, of course, we have Indian Tigers as well.
Someone I want to talk about, Entity Gaming. 8 frags so far, just as they get eliminated here, unfortunately for them. But they
think they're
did
gonna be
manage
happy
to
with
do
that.
very, very well. So now we're looking at how are Indian Tigers going to perform.
Well, there we go. It's going to be Carry getting the kill onto Ninja, who was crawling around, crying for help, until he'll find a bullet in his face. And Tigers, they know there's someone right around. He's trying to third-person his way through. They know there's someone waiting for him, but it's a crossfire. If he walks on out, he's going to get slaughtered. And he hears Smokey running out, and he's trying to bait it out for his teammates as they come pushing in. And they're going to mow him down. Prince will fall. And Mavi now realizes he's in some danger.
Insidious starting to step up now. They put their foot down to the floor, but is it too little, too late?
That was very well played, by the way, with Insidious. Definitely taking advantage of the man advantage they had there, the element of surprise as well. And Bishma
in the zone.
He's got to make some haste and let his get taken down by Carry on the
Hydra
buff.
out.
The positioning from Tigers here is pretty much a game-winning spot.
Yeah, they've had to move less than a kilometer this entire game. It's absolutely insane how strong they are looking at this stage. They have lost 1 player, and they're coming up against Team Soul with a full squad, with full power, and that is a dangerous thing to be coming up against.
Indeed, and we spoke about this map. It's very hit or miss for Team Soul, and right now, they actually haven't had that many kills. They're just sitting pretty on 4, but the fact they have all 4 players alive, they don't even need to go for the kill. Just getting a top 2 placement guarantees them the first placement on the leaderboards, as Mortal doing a bit of damage onto Sky.
The performance of Indian Tigers here is going to be so important moving forwards. We'll see how they're able to place. They're doing very well at the moment. They're trying to extend their lead. Rip official. Oh, dear.
Oh, no. They're stuck. They're stuck. Oh, no. They have an escape path. They have a path to take.
They're just trying to tuck in and play really, really, really very close. Soul, they're trying to go for the edge peaks. They're trying to 3rd person. Oh, Leo. Oh, he finds out Aladdin. 6th place for them. Godlike go down.
Godlike are out of it, as we are down to 5 teams, 13 alive, of which 4 of them are on Team Soul and 3 on Insidious and Indian Tigers. Megastars have 1 player still alive and RIP with 2. This is going to come down to the wire.
They're playing the edge at the moment. They have the circle as well. Indian Tigers and Insidious both have to leave their compound. They have to get out. Leo, the Lone Ranger for the Megastars, we were talking about how well they did in the previous game. They're trying to repeat that here, and they've already managed to get themselves top 5. In comes the nade. Oh dear, he's cooking it. He's dropping it down. Over the top it goes, and Sky falls.
Sky falls indeed as Legend. He's going to try have to rest him, but the circle is going to be shrinking in as well. Another nade going to be chunked in here by Ronak. It's the underhand as a grab.
He gets
it. Been naded to oblivion as Soul will knock out RIP. But in the meantime, Tigers though, Mavi finds Magic from INS, plays on, finds Leo from Mega. Mega's been outed as well. And just 3 teams remaining here in contention.
Ronak locks the 8-time scope onto his grenades and just chucks it on down, able to hit them with consistency. But Insidious, they're burnt out as well, and it's just the Tigers to stand up to Soul here on Sandhawk. Out of the chaos, they can reign supreme. They're looking to repeat it here.
And Mortal, he can smell the blood in the water once more, and then is such a good
he
position.
goes.
Siam gets taken down, and it's just one player remaining alive. Actually, Carry's still alive, but the circle, he's going to take him down. This is it. This is pretty much it. Seoul have pretty much guaranteed themselves the first spot. Marvy's going to get taken down as well by Mortal, and that's going to be it. The circle is going to take care of it for Team Seoul as they get the second win of the finals.
Seoul back on top.
Seoul
That's what
back
you
on
like
top
to see.
indeed.
Big numbers coming out from them. 8 kills. Not as big as we've seen before, but that was a great final circle for them.
Absolutely, they played it to perfection. Indian Tigers again, they had such a good position throughout. Not